I wasn't sure. Your rescue pod took a real beating, looks like. Couldn't get any readings off of it. Just a beacon. But it's managed to do its main job, which is to keep you alive. Hi, by the way. I'm Alana, crew member of cargo vessel Resolute. We tracked your distress signal here. We do deep space cargo hauls, and it was pure luck that we picked up your distress signal. We wouldn't have found you at all if we went a bit off course ourselves. How did you manage to crash in the middle of nowhere, so far off any commercial route? I can see that you're trying to answer, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me all right? You can? Good. Your comm is receiving, at least, then. Let's see if I can get you out of the pod. Might have to force it open. No response, but there's a few more things I can try. Do you know where you are? You're shaking your head. Right, you're in the Aquino system, 5th planet. Nothing here but ice and snow. No colony, no mining outpost. It's all pristine. There's plenty of life in the ocean, and a breathable atmosphere. The mask isn't strictly necessary, but it makes it easier because the air is so cold. Neither you nor your ship seems to be equipped for this world. So I think it's a safe bet that this is not where you intended to go. I thought so. Where were you trying to go? Oh, never mind. You can't answer as long as you're stuck in the rescue pod. The pod is not responding to anything. I'll try to reboot it. It will take a couple of minutes. Are you doing all right in there for now? Not too claustrophobic, I hope. I'll get you out of there, I promise. No need to look so worried. We have a fully equipped medbay on the ship, and a good doctor. The Resolute is well equipped, made for long hauls, surviving on its own in deep space for months at a time. My job right now is to get you out of this pod and onto my land crawler, and then take you back to the dropship. We tried to triangulate your position, but it wasn't completely accurate. There's 5 other land crawlers out there looking for you, in addition to me. The land crawler only has room for 2 people. The doctor is waiting in the dropship, but we've all taken first aid classes, of course. Those are mandatory. I can tell that you're trying to say something, but I still can't hear you. Could you mouth it again, slowly? Your ship, the turtle shell, right? It's a few clicks from here, half buried in the snow and ice. It had a rough landing. Looks like part of it burned on the way down. Good thing you ejected when you did. Your life sign was the only one we could detect, but we scanned the ship anyway when we got close enough to make sure we didn't miss anyone. But maybe you can just confirm to me that you came here alone. You're nodding. Okay, good. No casualties then.
Reboost complete. All core systems damaged. Life support 15%. Unable to comply. Unable to comply.
Okay, I have some access now. Let's check your vitals. You broke a couple of ribs. That's why it might be painful to breathe. And you have a concussion. I can see that there's a gash on your forehead and a nasty bruise. I think you're mostly just battered and bruised, but the concussion is a bit worrying. The doctor was afraid you'd suffered blood loss or internal bleeding, but if the readouts are correct, that's not the case. You'll make it through this. The readouts does indicate crucial damage to the pod and minimal life support, just enough to sustain you for a few more hours. Oh, I doubt it will take me that long to get you out, but you never know. Oh, that was a spike in your heart rate. I'm sorry. That was just a poor attempt at a joke. If I go back to the land crawler, I can get a crowbar and force the pod open. You're on an incline, so I had to leave the land crawler about 100 feet away. I'll just go and get the crowbar and the medkit, and I'll be right back. I'd ask you to stay put and don't move, but you know, right? I'll be as quick as I can. Okay, I'm back with everything I need, but before I open the pod, there's something I need you to clarify for me. You know, me and my crewmates, we couldn't help but notice a few things. Firstly, those turtle shell ships are meant to be flown by a crew of at least 3 people. Piloting one alone would be very difficult and not, permitted under normal circumstances anyway. So we ran a search on the ship ID, and lo and behold, it has been flagged as stolen. I don't know your story. You might have a good reason, but I need to know that when I let you out of here, you'll cooperate and not do anything stupid. Okay? You're nodding, I see. Well, I'll have to take your nod for it. Alright, I'll open the pod then. Ah, yes, the cold, I know. Hang on, I brought a thermal blanket with me as well. Here, this will keep you warm until we get you inside, or warmer at least. Here, don't try to move too much. I'll wrap you up tightly. The air is freezing. Are you comfortable? Good. Let me take a closer look at you. Yeah, the gash is still bleeding a bit, and I'd like to clean it now, before we move you. Is that alright? I'll administer a pain inhibitor and clean the gash with a bit of antiseptic. There's nothing I can do about your ribs right now, but the medkit has a dermal regenerator, so I'll use that too and close the gash. Once I'm done, I'll help you over to the land crawler and get you out of here. How far? It's about a 20-minute drive back to the dropship, unless the weather gets worse, but I don't think it will. If you could bend your head a little to the side for me. This should help with the pain, but you might still be dizzy, so try to keep still. Sorry, I was just, I was thinking you're younger than you seem at first glance. I suppose the pot made it hard to see. Your skin is weathered, your hands are calloused, and you have a fair share of old scars from what little I can see of your skin. You seem to have lived a rough life, worked outside, manual labor, punishments, perhaps. Look, you don't have to tell me anything, but maybe I should tell you what we are thinking, what we suspect, anyway. I can feel you tensing up, but don't worry. It's mostly good. I think it will put your mind at ease. We do know that your ship belongs to the Marian Guard on Coptan 2. They are part of the Federacy, but very far out and contested members by some. You don't look Coptan to me, or Marian. There are stories or rumors about slave labor camps, prisoners of war being treated terribly. Our next port of call is Veris Prime. We will report to the local authorities there. I suppose you'll be taken in for questioning and detained for a while, but I do believe they'll grant you your freedom. Yes, I do. In fact, I am certain of it. Veris Prime is a very different place from any world the Marian Guard and their elusive Emperor rules. If you did run away from any sort of illegal imprisonment or slavery at the hands of the Marians, you can seek asylum on Veris Prime. And I think you'll probably be freed of any thievery charge. In a court of law, escaping from such a place will be considered a sort of self-defense or self-preservation. The Marian Guard can come here and pick up their ship if they still want it. It should be pretty clear that you didn't steal it because you wanted the ship itself. You just wanted to get away, didn't you? To start a new life, somewhere safe. I think you'll get your wish. Okay, the gash is as clean as I can get it. How are you feeling? Little dizzy? Yeah, probably the concussion, but you might also be dehydrated. Yes, there's a few bottles of water in the land crawler. Let me just close the wound and we'll be on our way soon. I haven't used the regenerator before, but I think that if I just run it slowly back and forth across your forehead, the gash will close up. Yes, it seems to be working. There, that's better. There's only a faint line where the wound was. It can barely be called a scar. Once we're back on the Resolute, you'll have plenty of time to rest and decide your next move. We won't reach Varys Prime for another couple of weeks. And that doesn't have to be your final destination. With some engineering or piloting skills, you can work almost anywhere. I suppose you'll be detained for a while, but eventually you'll be free to go wherever you want. Until then, you'll have to do with me and my colleagues. They're all very nice, I promise. Are you ready to go? Just put your arm over my shoulder. I'll support you. It will be an uncomfortable walk, I expect, but a short one. The snow is deep, and the wind makes the cold twice as sharp. You're not exactly dressed for it, but the land crawler is warm at least. Come on, let's go.